Mystery of Sukha Village Part 2. Recap from the last episode. Ramesh lived with his sister, Sarukala, in the village of Sukha. The villagers considered them cursed and blamed them for their parents' deaths. One day, Ramesh went into the forest to collect wood, promising Sarukala he would return before sunset. However, when he returned home, he found fresh blood spread across the floor and Sarukala was missing. Where did Sarukala go? Was this the work of the villagers, or was there a supernatural force involved? Today's episode, Unraveling the Truth. Chaos in the village. Sarukala! Sarukala! Ramesh screamed. His voice was filled with grief and pain. Tears streamed down his face as he cried out in agony. Suddenly, a shiver ran through his body. He wiped his tears and stormed out of the house. He stopped for a moment, looking left and right, trying to find any sign of Sarukala. By then, the neighbors had gathered in small groups outside, whispering among themselves. But no one came forward to help. The villagers murmured. The witch is finally gone. God has saved us from her curse. Soon, the news of Sarukala's disappearance and the scattered blood spread like wildfire. Desperate and furious, Ramesh searched every corner of the village, near the well, the temple, the riverbank, but there was no sign of Sarukala. At last, he ran to the house of Sukha Pradhan, the village head. The entire village gathered outside, holding torches, waiting to hear the Pradhan's decision. Ramesh fell to his knees and, with a trembling voice, pleaded, "Please forgive me. Help me find my sister. I will become your servant for the rest of my life, just bring Sarukala back." But the Pradhan was a cunning and arrogant man. He manipulated the villagers with his superstitions and crushed anyone who questioned his authority. For him, Ramesh was always a threat. Closing his eyes, the Pradhan began chanting loudly, pretending to seek answers from God. After an hour, he suddenly opened his eyes and screamed. A great disaster is about to strike this village. And the reason for this is none other than Ramesh. If we want to save our village, we must get rid of him. The villagers erupted in anger. Kill him! Kill him! Save our village! The sentence of death. Ramesh had lost all hope. He started to believe. Yes, this is all my fault. I lost my parents, and now I've lost my sister. Maybe I really am cursed. The Pradhan delivered his final verdict. Tie him to the oldest tree in the village. We will offer him as a sacrifice. The villagers cheered in unison. Praise the Lord. 5 villagers grabbed Ramesh, dragged him to an ancient tree, and tied him tightly. Then, everyone returned home, excited for the next morning, believing it would bring them good fortune. The entire village fell into an eerie silence that night. A whisper in the darkness. Ramesh sat tied to the tree, looking up at the sky, his eyes filled with tears. "Oh Lord, forgive me. Just protect my sister." Suddenly, he heard a whisper behind him. It was a young boy's voice. "Brother, listen carefully." The boy whispered. "This afternoon, I saw 3 men enter your house while everyone was resting after lunch. 10 to 15 minutes later, they came out carrying something big inside a black sack." Ramesh's heart started pounding. "I followed them. They went into the forest." Ramesh was in shock. His hands were tied. But suddenly, he felt the rope loosening. As soon as he freed himself, he turned around, but the boy had disappeared into the darkness. Without wasting a second, Ramesh took a deep breath and ran towards the forest. Next episode, The Truth in the Jungle. Who were the three men? What was inside the black sack? Is Sarukala still alive? Find out in the next episode.